DRS enabled. Copy now. Awesome. Keep it up.
Good evening and welcome to Season 11, and we're here for Tier 2 for the SLR's Championship here, and it looks like Tonari has taken a bit of a commanding lead while I've been away, and currently sitting on 174 points there at the top of that driver standings, looking very pretty as things stand at the moment, but looking forward to some exciting racing here at Zandvoort Grand Prix circuit, an absolute beauty of a racetrack. With me tonight in the commentary booth is Babulas once more. Great to welcome you here once more, Babulas.
Glad to be here, guys.
Please let us know if there's any issues with volume or anything like that in the chat. It has been a while since I've streamed, so you never know what can change and what can go on. But we'll have a look first of all at the standings then. So driver standings, as we mentioned there, Tonari sitting in a pretty position in first place kind of thing there. With 174 points, he's been dominating proceedings while I've been away. Tell us what's been going on there, Babulas.
We had a fantastic race in Suzuka. If you didn't watch it. And Tonari was completely dominating in the race. Although Gamer had a pretty bad moments, that's why he didn't get first place. Because the track is technical and you don't know if you're gonna have a high speed for the one DRS zone to overtake or to be persistent for the other two sectors, first and third, that they are more technical and have more corners. So you need more downforce.
So you do. So, following on then, we're going to go straight into the action here, I guess, and look at qualifying, because it's a very short track here at Zandvoort. So it doesn't let people go out for 3 or 4 tries at least. And we've got on board here at the moment with Fox, Tier 1 resident driver, but the lower echelons of that sometimes. Getting some extra practice in here for this track, and currently on board with him, who's going to be the first to put in a fast lap. And we get Ocean Chief in there as well. Doesn't look as though we did in the end. He's not available. He was hoping to get home in time. Instead, we do have Marcus Rashford out there at the moment.
We have...
Oop, bit of a block there, but guy ahead in the Alfa Romeo goes straight on into the gravel trap to avoid everybody behind.
It was Eagle Ghost, and he knew he didn't want to block Fox. It was in his fast lap.
Yeah, certainly not. But Fox, on his fast lap, has still got, I think it's Wesley behind in the Ferrari, right on his tail, who's actually caught him up throughout this lap. So imagine Wesley's going to beat his time regardless as he goes into the pits straight away. Wesley carries on, and he sets the first time at 1.11.5. Not a bad time that at all from Wesley. It's his whole track.
Dimitri with Inters, what? But Dimitri is on a hot lap with Inters.
Okay, that's an interesting call. He's out there in a moment, currently going sideways through turn 10, and fires cars down towards Hans Ernst corner. And yeah, it's an interesting choice of tyre. Not sure what he's going on there, but it's not all over the place as I expected it to be. But Tonari manages to put in a 10.8. Good 7/10 ahead of the competition there. Tonari currently leading the championship and currently dominating these proceedings as well. But Matt comes in with a 10.7 as Papa Dimitri sets an 18.8 with those intermediates, which is to be expected. What do you think's going on in his head there, Babulas?
Maybe he went out to get the feeling of the track. I don't know.
He hasn't come in either, like, so he's doing a couple of laps on the intermediates. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe I just wondered whether he just doesn't want to use up any of his dry tires, but
maybe he wants the soft sand. Basically, I would do that if I wanted one medium and one soft to be available for the race. Brand new tires, you know? So maybe he's doing that to get a feeling of the track and then use a couple of softs to go for 2 hot laps.
Yeah, I'm wondering how many people are going to go for a couple of hot laps in a row. But so Wesley comes into the pits. Tipsy Bob has managed to get himself into P5. Eagle Ghost into P6 with Alfa Romeo duo there in P5 and 6 together on the grid in the third row. And Viertje Lepsen closing out the top 10 with Ice Vlad Red, which I imagine is Icewind, unless that's somebody new. I imagine that's Icewind with a bit of a name change.
We don't have information about what weather we'll have on the race.
No information at all. Nobody in the chat at all. So, yeah, please get in touch if you are crew chiefing and let us know what Jeff or Mark or whatever he's called himself these days, man of mystery, international spy or something like that, isn't he? So, let's get that information for Karen. We've got Larson out there on the mediums. Looks to be going around getting a bit of practice in there in the Silver Arrow. As he comes through a very difficult complex of corners here. He's doing it very slowly, so he's just on a back off lap at the moment. But he's that throws Masters and turn 9 here and turn 10. Very complex and technical set of corners. Very difficult to get right. Got to take a late apex here without touching that inside curb. It's very much an auto spin curb, that one. But Larson just trundling around, recovering as much ERS as he can to go for a fast run the next go round, I think. I think we'll follow on board with him and see if we can go a little...
The ERS is not enough for him to go 2 laps.
Possibly not, but he might still go for it anyway. Maybe he's going to do a double cooldown lap. Or he possibly could be just coming in. But looks like he's not going towards the pit, so it looks like he's going to be doing another lap. So down into Tarzan we go, braking just before the 50-meter board, carrying as much speed as you think you can as you let it wash out wide onto this curb here. Get early on the throttle through this next complex of corners. Just lift a little bit here so you can get this left-hander of Hugenholtz hooked up nicely. The heavily banked corner there. You can take a lot more speed there than you think you can because of that banking as we go through. Now Slowmaker and Skylark. And a fast right-hander here has come down now. You've got to take a nice apex on the inside of this right-hander. And he does so there, does Larson, and brakes late and bravely here for turns 9 and 10. And let's see how late an apex he takes here for 10. He gets a very late apex, kisses the curb, doesn't get unmounted, which is what gets you unsettled as you go down now to Hanshurst Bocht. And late braking once more, taking all the curb on the inside, gets a little bit out of shape here in the exit of it. Doesn't quite keep it to the inside as we come through Kumho now. Got to take more speed than you believe you can through here. The car will stick. And then it's the banked final corner that you need to get a very good exit out of in order to get an overtake around this track. Very difficult to make overtakes around this track. Do you not think, Babulas, is going to be a tricky one for these guys out here today? So qualifying is going to be all important.
Yeah, it's going to be important, the qualifying, but we have the curbs that are very slippery. Even in dry conditions, you can get a spin when you touch a curb.
Certainly can, yeah. Some of the curbs here are deadly. Just due to the sheer size of them, they're yeah. You could play Kirby on those boys.
No. It's not. It's not just the size. It's like when the car steps on it, it's like stepping on a glass. You lose traction. I don't know why. I have seen a lot of times in my practice that I stepped, for example, on the last curb, on the last corner, going wide, that I spun all the way on the right side because the curb didn't give any traction.
Yeah.
I
mean,
they have to be careful. They have to be careful.
Absolutely deadly. You definitely have to be careful as well. And let's remember as well, it's marathon, not a sprint. So these guys, yeah, it can get a bit congested on this track in the early stages. Not a lot of room to operate, and sometimes you end up sending it where you don't mean to send it. And yeah, down into Tarzan being the main overtaking spot. There's a couple of other places where drivers can definitely lose it, especially with the cold tyre model. The way it is in this game. Cold tyres in this game, absolute nightmare. So that's going to prove difficult for a lot of people. So even though we're at one lap, it can be difficult to get it going. We've got a yellow on track at the moment in Sector 1. It is the Alpha Tauri of Silver 9870. Seems to have got going again. No damage to his wing, so I think he's got away with one, or maybe he was just stopped the track to let a few people go. So he's down once more again to let another driver past. But no ERS in this tank, so he's probably on his in-lap. So let's have a look and see up the front end and see what's going on there. AR Gamer has managed to get himself up into P2. Ace is down up in P4. Tipsy Bob P5. Marcus Rashford P6. Imagine that's Samim giving us a little taste of his Man United support. And Lepson there in P10. Vietia Gurla Fox doing well also.
Also, I have to remind the people watching that this track has a speed limit on 60 kilometers per hour, not 80. That is on the most tracks.
So what kind of strategy are we expecting for the race, do you think, Babulas?
Certainly one stop. Unless it's raining.
Oh yeah, we still have no information on the weather and how that's going to affect things. But yeah, it's going to be an exciting race. I mean, look at the tight margins that we're seeing already in qualifying. There's only 3/10 separating the top 5 drivers, and very tight all the way throughout the field. So everybody looks as though they're going to have somebody close by to race with. Tonari with a pole lap there, a 10.704, fastest lap of the session so far. But maybe you have time to come in and do another one.
Second place. Matt got the second place with 7:07.
Yeah. Matt currently with a purple sector 2, so looking odds on to beat that Tonari time of 7:04. So you're looking to maybe get into the 6s as well here. So AR Gamer will have his work cut out, but around the final corner comes Matt and uses tightest line into 10.6.23. So well, not 0.23 but 6.23. So what a lap! What a lap that was! What a fine lap from Tonari.
I don't know if Gamer has the speed to cover this little gap in time.
AR Gamer, yeah, he's currently going through Skylark. He's up on his time, but very, very marginally. Only 8 thousandths of a second at the moment, but maybe he's got time elsewhere in the lap that he knows he can pick up. As he comes through turns 9 and 10, looking very tidy indeed. Smooth applications of everything there. Car looks planted as we go down to Hans Ersbocht, and is Ice going to be able to get something done? Is AR Gamer, purple sector for him through sector 2.
He's up almost 1/10. He's up almost 1/10.
Got a bit on the curb though there, so that could have cost him that all over again. But through the final corner he goes, using keeping to the right hand side to minimise the length of the track there. He comes across the line and it's a 10.8. He did lose it all with that curb. What can Icewind do then as he comes around the final corner in the Red Bull? Does not keep it all the way to the right hand side, lets the car drift to the middle of the track and comes around the final corner, and it's a 10.7. He's improved by 2/10, gets third place. Tipsy Bob in the pits, Marcus Rashford in the pits. Haskos has managed to get himself up into P7 with 11.1. Great lap from him as beating out his a Tier 1 driver in Fox, who's coming across the line now. Pips him back, actually. Gets an 10th improvement there. Fox gets himself up to P6, just behind Tipsy Bob, and keeps his credentials safe for a little longer. But interesting grid that we've got here. Lots of people in the pits. We've still got a little while to go in qualifying. We'll see in a second exactly how long it is. But when this yellow flag disappears, 4 minutes remaining. So might be one more shootout left to go. Short track this, really, Zandvoort, giving people the chance to do 4 runs.
Not one of my favorite tracks, but it's the track that gave me my first win.
So it's got to be your favourite for that reason alone, surely. Holds a special place in your heart, no?
Yeah, but the guy slept when I was racing. That's why I got the win.
Yeah, maybe we're going to have some drama like that today with rain still an unknown at this stage. We'll have to see what happens as we go on board. But top 4 guys are all in the pits, but they'll probably just have about just enough time to get back out and do one more run. And Tipsy Bob has gone out early and is currently on a fast lap as it stands. And Misses the apex a little bit there in turn 1, Tarzan, and maybe looking for to catch up some time elsewhere. But look at that helmet. Can't miss him, can you? Lime green snot coloured helmet flying through the sand dunes of Holland. It is great.
He's improving a little bit, but he is improving.
Certainly is, but going to improve a little bit in order to get out of the 11s and into the 10s, and that's going to give him an opportunity to maybe fight with the big boys at the front. You can see a clear gap there between the top 4 here, and Joel and Tipsy Bob. Oh, this Tipsy Bob runs out of space there, and yeah, that'll be a abandoned lap, I guess. Maybe he'll have enough time to recharge a little bit and go again for another one. But Matt coming out of the pits. Joel currently out as well. Looks like he's charging his battery, and he's not on a fast lap as it stands. Gerler, who's been really impressive since he came back into the fold after finishing his studies. Great to see him back, of course. Let's see what he can do as he comes around the final corner to start a lap. And opens his DRS and gets underway down at the Tarzan. See what he can do. Yeah, a lot of people not getting that tight to the inside of that apex there in Tarzan. I wonder if the line that they're taking maybe carries a little bit more speed. As who can hold to Eco's going to be committed there. Looks like he's carried a lot of speed in through there. Looking tidy so far. What do you think, Bablas?
He's looking to be steady on his pace, but is it gonna be enough to improve? I believe we're gonna have spins. We are gonna have penalties. We will have a drama today.
Yeah, we're already having a little bit of drama here with the traffic. As he gets a bit sideways there, gets a bit of a swapper on the exit to turn 10, and that's going to cost him plenty of time down that straight. Very important. And looks like he's abandoned it. Yep, he's given up on it. Lost all of the time. Now 3 seconds down on his original. But let's see what is going on here with Matt, who's the current pole sitter, currently on his lap as it stands. As we've got Icewind currently coming around, he's going to start a lap as well. So let's see if we can figure out the order here that everybody is in for the start. Tenari also starting a lap as it stands as well. So looks like it's going to be Matt who's going to be the first of the front 3 to come across the line, unless yeah, AR Gamer is going to be the last to finish. He's going to have the best track conditions, maybe the least traffic as well, but also could maybe get involved with an AI getting in his way, which is always a risk you take when you go that late. Let's see what happens here as we get to the interesting end. Is it not Icewind? Ice Vlad Red? Who is it? People change their names so often. I was guessing it's not Icewind then. I see Ice, I see Mr. Wind. Larson's retired from the session. Heat is also retired from the session. It's quite disappointing qualifying from him, but he's had disappointing qualifyings before. As we've got somebody dead in the wall. It's Mercedes in the barrier in the final corner. That's probably Joel who's binned it there, and Matt's come into the pits because of it and retired from the session. So that's his session over. Unable to improve on his time. As Tenari comes around the final corner now, just behind Ice Vlad Red, who's coming to the pits as well. Tenari will set his time and sets a pole time as well. Takes that from Matt, and AR Gamer now the only one who in contention for pole as it stands. He's coming around the final corner. He's got a bit of traffic to contend with. They're getting out of the way nicely though, including his teammate Marcus Rashford, also known as Samim. But AR Gamer, what can he pull out of his hat here as he comes down the final corner into the pit straight? What can he do? And it's kind of
lost a lot of time in the start sector.
Yeah, that would be that traffic. Yeah, putting him off a little bit. So only a bit marginally off his original time, but up on his time nonetheless. So Tenari takes pole position in Zandvoort, which he'll be very pleased with. Very difficult track to overtake here, and having track position such as that is going to give him plenty of time. And also the dirty air here can be pretty nasty through.
Basically, it's not a very narrow track. You have the opportunity to overtake in most of the track, but it's hard to go side by side in most of it. For example, if you go for the S's after the second DRS zone, you can't go side by side.
Yeah, certainly can't. It's somebody's got to give it up sooner or later and get back into single file. It's not a track where you can go side by side throughout. There are definitely places you can make overtakes, Tarzan being one of them, the most obvious. You can also get quite a nice dive up the inside of turns 9 and 10 if you get those right. And Hans Ernst box as well, if you manage to get the inside line there, can be very powerful. But other than that, it's pretty much difficult. It's very much a DRS trade at times as well, though. So imagine we'll see some interesting strategies at play. See maybe some early pits, some 2 stops to get out of that run. But probably going to start seeing a lot of people starting on the hards, I imagine.
In my book, it would be a mistake to start on the cards.
Let's see what people do. I mean, we're going to have the formation lap. I believe that's back in business. Bugs fixed, notwithstanding the odd unforeseen one. But yeah, I'm guessing it's Vlad Red actually is rather than Icewind, because considering Vlad Red was a previous driver, I am sure, here in SLR. But decent qualifying from him nonetheless on his return to SLR. But yeah, let's get on with the Grand Prix. We're just waiting for the grid to stack up. It is 2.646 miles this circuit, 4.259 kilometers for those in
Rain
EU.
in the end. We have information. Rain in the end.
Rain at the end. Okay, so safety cars are going to be rather interesting then. Each safety car is going to mean that that rain is more likely to come and going to be there for longer as well. So I wonder whether people are going to be aware of that and on top of that, who's got the crew chiefs keeping them on top of things, and who's good with MFD in order to get that information out of Jeff themselves. Oh, we are straight into the race, actually. We are 4 lights, 5 lights, and it looks like we're going to be away we go, and we are off for the Zandvoort Grand Prix. It looks like a good start from Tenari, and a bad start from Haas, but the Haas behind, but they managed to slot in behind in the front 3 as you were, as it looks like AR Gamer is getting up the inside, and it's a big crash there with the Red Bull on the inside. Looks like it's Fox who's lost out big time, and Haskos has got another beautiful start up into P4 from the beginning there. Gets past AR Gamer and Marcus Rashford, both Aston Martins struggling to get off the line there. And yeah, getting a bit involved maybe with the incident with Fox, who got turned around. And is yellow flags all the way around the track. It's a virtual safety car. Doesn't look like it's going to turn into a full one. Doesn't need to be by the looks of things. Everybody's moving again. Fox once more on the road. Doesn't look as though he's got a little bit of end plate damage there though, so he'll not be best pleased. But, maybe we'll get another restart. And yeah, Haskos, what a start from him in this little VSC though. We can have a look then at the tyre situation. And it's hards for the front set 5 so far. And softs for Tipsy Pop and Marcus Rashford, which is interesting because they didn't get a very good start, those two. So that's an intriguing option there, going for the softs. Maybe hoping for that early safety car. Mediums for Lepson, Wesley, Heat, Papa Dimitriou, and Silver, 1987. So interesting choices around. So lots of different strategies are at play here, Babulas.
I don't know what the softs are going to do. Do they have the pace to overtake and gain time?
Well, we're about to find out, really, aren't we? We're on board with Marcus Rashford, who's already got alongside his teammate on those hards, and looks to be making that move. Try and stick through Hugenholz. He's going to have to go around the outside through Hugenholz. He's got so much more grip around the outside, though, on those softs, though, and makes it stick. And then a big swapper there from AR Gamer in the background. It leaves it open now to Tipsy Bob, who's going to try and go around the outside around Skylark, and then thinks better of it. Probably not the best place to go for a move through this sector. Very fast-paced sector. Not a lot of room for error. As Matt has left the session, he's going to be an AI car now, and he's going to be sitting duck to Haskos, who's managed to get past Ice Vlad Red there on the restart. So good start here from the young Greek. Vlad Red getting back alongside now though, or is just getting past Matt.
Matt is disconnected.
Yep, ghosted, and he's dropping down the order like a fly because it's very tight so far. Futuristic is the only one with a big gap here at the moment after a few of those guys pitted early under that VSC, or maybe because they had damage. Fox, Vietcha, Joel, and Futuristic all pitting on lap 1. Lepson getting past Matt now, and Gerler, and he's dropping like a stone. He needs to get back in the session quick. Looks like Marcus Rashford is going again on another hard runner on those fresh softs. So getting the use out of these softs more so than Tipsy Bob, who is struggling to get past AR Gamer at the moment. AR Gamer doing his teammate plenty of favours there, holding up his rival on strategy. Marcus Rashford now in P3. Samim on a charge. Needs to get this done though. He's got this soft tire, but it will not last. He has to get in first place really, and then pit from there under a safety car maybe, and maybe hope to gain positions that way. Good start though from G Haskos and Marcus Rashford. Tidy beginning 5 positions gained and 6 positions gained respectively. Heat is also up 5 positions. Papin, Dimitri, Silva and Larson gaining 4 apiece as well. Gerler with a great start, and Eagle goes with a great start as well. Matt obviously big loser there, 7 positions gained, but Fox getting spun around down to P14. He's got a lot of work to do on his hands now.
Do you think that the judges are going to have a lot of work today?
Oh, well, that's only with the one incident by the looks of things, but it looks as though it's a tricky track to overtake at, so if you've got more pace than the guy in front and you're just struggling to get through, it can certainly be frustrating and maybe lead to rash decisions, rash moves. 5-second penalty for Wesley for speeding in the pit lane. That's unlike him, but that's an early pit from him as well. I wonder what's going on there. There's Lepson pits behind him as well, so the Ferrari's double stacking. And that is early from those boys. Not sure what's going on there. Hopefully we might find out in the chat. But Marcus Rashford currently all over the back of Haskos at the moment with the soft tyre. And looking to take advantage of his grip superiority here in order to...
we have DRS enabled. And Marcus has the chance to overtake now. Before it's too late.
Haskos has no DRS himself, and but they'll probably wait down till the main straight. It's a bit of a longer straight. Better to get the move done there.
Oh, a lot of understeer from Marcus. A lot of understeer.
Course yellow. We have got a full course
safety
yellow.
car.
It's a full course safety car there. I'm not sure what's gone up, but Viertje is out.
Sector 1, Sector 1.
Viertje is out, and it looks as though he's probably got on the curb somewhere on the outside there into Hugenholtz, and he's probably ended up in the barrier at the top of...
We have...
Oh, there's a dummy there into the pits, and...
oh my God!
Marcus Rashford goes for it as well, so Tsunari looks like... Haskos looks like he was going to go to the pits and then dummied it in the end, but... was never likely to go in on the hards at this stage. And
I don't know why Haskos did that. I don't know.
Well, Samim was probably likely to do that regardless, you know. He wants to get off those tyres as early as possible, but he's done his job. He's gained a few positions, some space on track, and now he pits early and goes to the mediums and hopes for another safety car so he can take another set of mediums to the very end. He's going to go for the 2-stop, I believe.
Yes, but what Haskos did going all the way to the right, like he thought he was going to overtake him?
No, I think he was just trying to dummy going into the pits. Obviously, they can't overtake safety car conditions. I think he was just, dummying that he was going to go into the pits, and Samim, I think, made his mind up anyway. I don't think Samim was really focusing on Haskos and how that race was going to play out. He's thinking about the longer game and maybe going further, or worrying about how long these tyres could go. Zipsy Bob, on the other hand, the only other man who started the race on the softs, does stay out on these softs, so not interested in changing his tyres, looking to take them maybe a little bit longer, and you think maybe 9 laps or so. This safety car will help with that, so that might help him extend his soft stint to go to the hards. Which tyre do you think is the best race tyre here then?
The best race tyre depends on what conditions are gonna have. Haskos is... Oh my God, I thought he was gonna pit. He was going all the way to the right and I thought he was going for the pits. Right now, the best tires are the mediums. Given the fact that we have the information that we're gonna have rain at the end of the race, probably is the best solution right now.
Marcus Rashford pits again. Looks like he's picked the wrong tyres when he's come in, and he wants to go for the hards now. He thinks the hards will get to the end from here. 30 laps on the hards, is that doable?
30 laps? Barely. He's gonna have a great degradation.
Certainly maybe has to nurse them for a little bit of the race and in order to get them home. But number of drivers starting out on the hards, on the mediums. I wonder which strategy
But
is going to play
Marcus,
out for this.
even if Marcus did the wrong strategy, picked the wrong tires, he should have stayed out. He should have stayed out.
Well, now's the time to
Marcus,
change back onto the
because
correct
he's
strategy.
back on the, he's at the end of the grid right now.
Yeah, but now's the time to do it because he's not losing as many positions. He's only losing 3 positions by pitting now. Whereas if he carried on and won the mediums and then had to pit again before the end. But the other side is the rain is coming in as well. So maybe the mediums would have got him to the rain is the other question. But these hards almost certainly will get him to the rain. Which I guess is probably more likely to arrive now that we've had the safety car, which is still not saying coming in this lap. As
Span.
Tenari's
Span
under the safety car. I'm not sure if that was contact there or not, but
I didn't see something.
that's bad news for him. He's going to get 1 position back at least for the illegal overtake, but I don't believe he's going to get many of them back at all because he now has to slot back into his position. They get the position fairly. He was off the track. Tenari may have thrown away the win, and that gives a big advantage to Haskos, who's currently in P1 on the hard tyres and in a great position to
We are
win
going to
this race.
have safety car in this lap. We are going to have safety car in this lap.
Sure, it's been out 4 laps already anyway, but long safety car, short track though, so even with the safety car out, you get around quick, and Haskos will be the one to get us underway.
Bonjour, Kitsune.
Bonjour Kitsune, yes, indeed. Great to see you here supporting your man. So currently in P4 on the soft tyres, so he needs to pit early, and maybe we'll lose out a few positions with his strategy, but remains to be seen. He stayed out under the early safety car, but got through the early chaos. But yeah, Haskos currently leading at the moment. About to get us underway for a restart after a safety car after Viet.
He has to increase the gap from the safety car. He's too close.
Yeah, we'll certainly need to start backing up, but he's waiting for that, I suppose, which is the information that is going to come in this lap. As he starts to create the gap. Looks like he's warming his tyres up too aggressively at the moment, though, does Haskos. And I imagine he probably hasn't got that much temp in those hard tyres. He's not leaving a great big gap there either to the safety car. Is he going to go too early here and get stopped? I wonder, because, or is he going to go very, very late as well? Because keeping him maintaining his speed. That's what you want him to do. Not doing anything untowards, but no weaving, which is interesting. Not trying to get any temp into those tyres at all. Doesn't want to give away probably when he's going as well, as he's backing them up heavily now, and he's gone very early there on that main straight, and he looks to have caught Iceflad napping a little bit, but already they're catching up, but stay in formation as it stands at the moment. Tipsy Bob looking to defend against Tenari here. Tenari obviously quick at the moment. There's been a couple of changes down the grid. We've got Eagle goes at the back of the grid. He's spun, he's off in turn 1 in the Alfa Romeo. Having an unfortunate one as Tipsy Bob goes off as well, and we've got on board. He is dead in the wall. That is a big yellow flag there. That is Tipsy Bob. That is
no safety car. No safety car.
There's no safety car at the moment. It's a 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags for Marcus Rashford, as he overtook somebody under that yellow flag there after Tipsy Bob lost it on the exit to Hugenholtz, and Tipsy Bob out of it already. So I'm afraid I may have cursed the man. He said he was doing rather well, and then immediately he bins it.
Haskos is using his to increase the gap between him and Ice. He wants to be out of the DRS zone as soon as possible.
Already is as well. 1.1 seconds the gap, down to 50%. Ice on 70-odd% isn't using quite as much. Needs to catch up, back up to that tail of Haskos in order to keep the DRS train going. Otherwise, he could get left behind. He's not AR Gamer. In a nice little train there with Tenari at the back of it. Tenari's still in contention here. He's lost a few positions there, but Tipsy Bob's crash has put him in contention with the big boys, and he's still in the running here. Matt back in the session now as well. Could be on for a good recovery also. P5 at the moment.
I told you we're going to have spins, we're going to have penalties. You didn't believe me.
Oh, I believe you. The track is difficult, to say the least. It's very unforgiving as well. Some of these curbs especially that one on Skylark as well. Like it's a real tricky one to get right, Skylark. If you get Skylark wrong in the slightest, then it's a big crash. Like it's almost unavoidable. Same with Masters as well. Tricky corners throughout this track, and we've already seen somebody bin it in Hugenholz as well. That little Gerlachbocht is a tricky one to get right. You've got to keep the car nice and steady and planted, and not overdrive the car. That's the main thing about this track. Don't overdrive the car, just let it flow. This track loves to flow, and it's a beautiful track for hot lapping on. It's just so for racing, it can be a little bit difficult. But Haskos,
There is enabled now.
Yeah, creating a
We
gap.
will
though,
see
Haskos.
if Haskos has the pace to stay out, in front.
Well, he's using a lot of his ERS to try and create this gap. It's sitting at 9/10 though, and now that the ERS is enabled, maybe Vlad Red has got the opportunity to reel him in. I'm currently sitting on more ERS, but it's tentative at the moment. Like he's trying to get out of that, and he's using all he's got to get it drop that ERS. It could be a mistake maybe, but I wonder if another safety car would give everybody full ERS anyway. You might as well use it and hope for that safety car, but. If some of the guys behind Tenari specifically I'm thinking of, and AR Gamer, if those guys are playing the long game and hold on to their ERS, they might be sitting in a better position come the end of the race, especially when the transition comes to the wet. But for the moment, Haskos is putting all his eggs in one basket. He believes he can get away and maintain that gap. He's currently dropped them from DRS, a 1.3 gap at the moment, and he's putting in a good shift here. Heat, notable mention, he's up to P6. That's not a bad. That's not bad at all. 9 positions gained for him at the moment. He's made those medium tyres and his medium strategy work. It is looking rather dull and cloudy here at Zandvoort as well. So I wonder if that rain's going to come early or not. You never know.
I think we have about 10 rounds for the to set in.
Yeah, but it's certainly looking darker. Look at the skies there. Clouds. In the distance as we follow on board with Heat through Slaughtermacher, and yeah, he's looking racy as he catches up to the guys on the hards, hoping his strategy is the right one, and he's currently leading the pack of medium runners as it stands, and not doing a bad job at all. So, ooh, Papa Dimitriou is off by the looks of things, and gets ooh, where is he gone? There he is. He's on the inside there. Couldn't even see him. He was so far on the inside there. Looks like he's kept his wing intact. But that's a spin through. I'm not sure where that is exactly. It's Skylark and Masters. Very difficult corners to get right. I was said he's currently got very hot tyres, as you can see. Back end is sliding all over. Struggles to get it underway again. But AR Gamer, is he going to go for the dive into turn 1? He had a look as he gets the quickest sector. Third sector that lap round. He's having a look at Vlad now and looking at making that overtake. It's going to be difficult, but he wants to catch up to Haskos. Ice Vlad has managed to close the gap on Haskos. Haskos down to 10% ERS. Ice Vlad also down to 10% ERS. AR Gamer 22%, and Tenari sitting on nice, comfortable 67%. He knows he can't make any moves at the moment. He knows he just needs to play the long game. And currently sitting pretty and holding on to his ERS. Is it going to be an ERS management race like Tenari seems to think so? Do you think, fellas?
It always is ERS management. Every race is ERS management. Ice has run out of ERS, but he's closer to Haskos, so he will have the DRS in the big straight. I don't know if it will be enough for him to overtake, because you have to be under half a second to have a clean overtake.
Maybe even 4/10 as Haskos does go to the inside and back again, trying to break the toe a little bit there. He knows the guy's not going to go for the move, can't go for the move, but still looking to defend the inside anyway. But Haskos maybe feeling the pressure of being first a little bit here. Currently sitting on a very low amount of ERS. Everybody behind is also burning theirs though, other than Tenari and Matt. These guys are probably thinking, well, got 4 or 5 cars in front of them, they can't really afford to burn any. And the DRS pull along that they're getting, they're potentially using Haskos, Icelad and AR Gamers ERS against them. here at this stage, and it's very difficult to recover ERS at this track also. So maybe come back to bite them in the backside a little later on. 13 laps into 36, third of the way through this race, roughly. And still everything's up for grabs. Nori maybe had a look at the inside of AR Gamer there, but thought better than the dive. But a yellow flag there. It's the Eagle Ghost who's managed to spin it around there in the background. And looks to lose the position again. He's going to hold off for the moment, but position might be lost against Papadimitriou in short order regardless, because his tyres may be overheated. You just won't have that grip, but Papadimitriou might give him the benefit of the doubt. Follow him along. But so far, oh, Tonari and AR Gamer side by side through Tarzan. Tonari getting the position. AR Gamer has to yield it and give it up in the end, but Tonari showing a bit of aggressive driving there, making sure he gets the move done early and using up a lot of his ERS to do it as well. He gains one position, he's further up the chain, and now Iceflat in front of him with a flashing red light. He knows that he might have him as well, but he's made one position up and he's still got the most ERS out of everybody here. Now he can just hold on to his ERS and use the tow from the car in front to defend from AR Gamer. Wesley already with 2 stops. That's an interesting statistic. He's still been P11 as well.
Marcus went for Inters. Marcus went for Inters.
Marcus on the Inters. So that is a bold call. It is dripping at the moment, I believe.
Yeah,
it is
dripping.
starting to rain. So that is very early, much earlier than expected. It's starting to rain a little bit, but
Gamer for pits. Gamer for the pit.
Gamer also pits as well. Now, I wonder, is that premature? Everybody else has stayed out. Or is this going to be a masterstroke in terms of wet weather? I wonder how long this wet weather is going to be with us as well. Is it going to be for the remainder of the race? And,
probably for the end of the race. Probably until the end of the race.
That also means as well that strategy-wise, everybody is on the medium.
Fox pitting in the pit lane. So we have people.
For him. Boots, yeah, people sporadically coming in and out of the pits as we start to think that maybe is this the transition? Is this the transition point? Looks as though AR Gamer just got past Gerler without problem.
The RS disabled. The RS disabled. That says all.
That is perfect for those who have just pit. Fox, Papadimitriou, and everybody on the mediums. Anybody on the mediums who just pit as well. Nobody did, but all those on the mediums probably had the best first stint that they could possibly have, being on the quickest tyre. And now that the rain's coming, they're going to reap the rewards of this as they all pit. And Heat's going to be in P5 on these intermediates. This could work out very well. And AR Gamer
Marcus is closing the gap from Eagle.
Yeah, I mean AR Gamer maybe has pulled off a genius call there as well. Marcus Rashford, the guinea pig at Aston Martin, goes in, comes out, says they're fine, they're brilliant. The work and treat as
come on,
we've
guys.
got somebody off track. It is Fox off the track once more. Not quite used to these conditions, I guess. Goes a little bit wide there, but that maybe going to nullify any advantage he gained. They're all getting penalties for speeding in the pit lane here. Lots of penalties there for speeding in the pit lane.
Gamer on the first place.
Certainly gets
with Matt and Tonari have to
do
pit
it as well. So
big
swap there, big swap there from Haskos. After Haskos leading this race before the rain came, and now he's right in the thick of it. Got 2 cars right behind him, looking at very racy indeed. As everybody struggles to get used to these conditions, and already they're getting very racy with each other as well. And using up that ERS, still haven't gained a lot of ERS after pitting as well. Tonari still out there on the hards as well. Looking to take those longer.
Gamer from the inside, side by side on the back straight.
Iceflat looking to defend on the inside here, then into Hans Erskensborg. Look at that. Get the inside now to the left-hander is AR Gamer. Keeps his nose around the outside and gets the position done. Lovely move there in the end from AR Gamer. Going around the outside into that complex of corners. A great place to overtake there then. And I don't know if we're going to see more moves like that in the wet. Is this going to make the racing more exciting, I wonder, the wet? Because more chance of mistakes.
And we have a spin with a hit.
Oh, That is very unfortunate for him. Indeed, it's a yellow flag down the whole main straight as he makes his way into the pits. But that's going to be... he's already on the intermediates. He's going to have to go and get a wing change, I believe. Haskos retakes the lead after Tanari and Matt both pit late. But they didn't lose out too much badly. But Futuristic, big gainer here with the change in weather as he goes up to P6. Marcus Rashford, big gainer as well in P7 now as it stands with that early pit stop. But
that's why I told you. That's why I told you it was a mistake for him to go when he knows that rain is coming to go for the hards. He had to stay out with the mediums.
Maybe made a mistake there, but it's still a lot of racing to go, and he's back in contention with it. So is Wesley and Lepson. Wesley and Lepson, both Dutchmen, looking to get a good result at their home track, I imagine. And Gerler has managed to get himself into a points play position, but there are some penalties to be taken before this is all over. 5 seconds, all of those penalties, for speeding in the pit lane. So if there's another pit stops as well, they're going to lose out positions big time, especially if it's still tight, as we are under green flag conditions at the moment. And it's tight between the top 5 as it stands. A little bit of a train going on between all 5 of them as come down at the main straight. Haskos under heavy pressure here from AR Gamer. AR Gamer used to this kind of position, has been challenging for the title all season. 138 points. He needs to beat Tanari here today by a large margin. Wants the win for sure. Tanari with that big mistake under the safety car as well in P4. It is one of the few chances that he's going to get here, AR Gamer. He needs to make it count.
Okay, right now, it's my personal opinion. Gamer will have to show how much experience has when it comes to these situations, because Haskos has never been in the first place before, as far as I can remember. So can he handle the pressure from Gamer?
Haskos has actually won a race on track, but I believe he did get a big penalty that took the win away from him after the fact at Bahrain. I believe that was the beginning of last season. It was an interesting one actually, because it was a very interesting one because the reason he won, he was in P5, P6 at the safety car restart, and the guy in P1 crossed the finish line and just didn't go, not realizing where the start-finish line was. And the 3, 4, 5 guys behind also didn't go because the P1 didn't go. They couldn't go until he went. But Haskos knew the rules. He knew once the start-finish line you go green, and he went across the start-finish line. Then he overtook all 5 of them and took first place and went on to win.
Yes, but it's his first time he's in the front for so many laps to go.
Yes,
that race was 4 laps, 3 laps. He had to stay in front.
I think 6 or something like that, kind of thing. But yeah, it was.
Yes,
but it was,
right now
was later removed as well. So because
10
he did,
laps or so.
It was later removed because in true Haskos fashion, he absolutely murdered somebody in turn 1, lap 1. So, but he has improved of late. But yeah, he's currently sitting in a nice position as it stands. Pressure's on.
Gamer is charging his ERS slowly but steadily.
Yep, he won't be thinking that he wants to make a move at an untoward moment. He's got to wait for the mistake. He's got to stay there and wait for Haskos to get nervous and make that mistake. And maybe it dries up a bit. Maybe the tyres change to full wets as well. Maybe you can just do it under those kind of conditions. But Haskos won't want to give it up easily either. But AR Gamer is a tidy racer, a safe racer. I'm sure he'll give the space necessary to have a good battle here. And
oh, so close over there.
Yeah, but you can be a lot closer than that, especially the wet conditions to get the move done because no DRS to help down that straight. Has got look at AR Gamer getting very sideways there, and Tanari looks to take advantage of that, but not close enough to do so in the end. But yeah, wet conditions proving to be a bit of a struggle here for these drivers. Haskos loves these conditions, he always says, as well. So winning here would vindicate that claim that he makes.
Only the final positioning will tell.
Yeah, still a long way to go. Heat down in P14, looking to make a move on Papa Dimitriou as he gets back up into P13. Looking to make a recovery drive here, and that's the first step towards it. It's got big gaps here at the moment on the track as everybody's pitted at odd times and had little incidents and mistakes and problems there. But Fox and Gurla also in a battle with each other as Fox gets on the grass there as he enters Skylark and goes towards Master's Bolt. Using all of the track for certain is Fox, is he not? Using bits that are on the track. Here he goes again, using even more of the track that is not there as he gets a bit wide there through turn 9.
Okay, Gamer has a better pace, and he's going for the overtake. Oh, so close. Haskos has run out of the ERS. Haskos has lost his ERS almost 10% only.
So what AR Gamer needs to do here is just keep behind for a little while here. He knows that he's using up all of his ERS. He has to use up his ERS to stay in front. You stay behind, lift and coast, and take it easy into the heavy braking zone. So that, but he's going to get the tow anyway through the dirty air, through the air, and yeah, just save up a lot of ERS in order to have a full-blown attack down one of these straights. He is currently 37%. Tenari, though, might have something to say about that. If these guys don't get a shift on, Tenari might just make the decision for them as well. He's currently right in the mix here. Iceflad Red is falling off a bit and is currently now under pressure from Matt as well. So there's another point where there might be a flash of inspiration and overtake. Or a bit of heat, a bit of spice into this race.
Let's see the exit on the last corner. Gamer needs to stay close. He has 40% DRS
as well, and he's going to use.
He's going to overtake. He's going to overtake.
He gets the inside line as well, and yep, gets alongside and gets the move done. And
oh! Big mistake from Haskos. Very late game, hitting Gamer in the back.
Got away with it though, but loses out to Tenari because of it as well. Tenari just taking advantage of that. Looks like, yeah, Haskos just outbraked himself, trying too hard to hold on to the position, trying too hard to stay in it when he couldn't have. Should have just let it go maybe. Didn't have the pace that AR Gamer had, and loses out another position because of it. Maybe somebody say that's just desserts, maybe a little bit of karma. But Vlad now back on the in on the action here and in with a shout. And that means that Matt's job is made a little bit harder to overtake Vlad himself.
And now we have a problem. Haskos has a problem because he has Ice in 4th position with 30% DRS, and he only has 10%. He's using all his DRS to stay close to the front guys. And that's why I told you, if he has the composure to stay calm under the pressure of Gamer.
So far, it hasn't worked out for him, but there's still a lot of racing still to go. 22 laps of 36 here at Zandvoort, and it is looking like a very good race so far. 5 drivers still in contention with the win. A little train down to Matt. Matt will be disappointed that he's not been able to make headway in this race so far, but it's still a long way to go. And it's going to be interesting to see how this finishes up. Anything can happen still.
Ice close the gap with Haskos down to half a second. Haskos is losing big time from the front of the grid.
He's struggling without that ERS to keep up, or maybe he's just overdriven the car a little bit. Was overachieving, as McKenna in chat says, Dice Giga Wheeler. I like it. Futuristic though, having a fantastic race so far. 13 seconds.
Oh, he's DNF.
Oh, he's DNF, and is that going to be?
It's in the pit. In the pit. Sorry, it's in the pit.
I wonder.
Sorry about that.
Why that is? I wonder why that is.
I apologize, guys.
He was on a good road to recovery. I wonder if maybe he had another incident again that maybe he hit a wall or got some damage. He might have chosen to give up, but it's an odd one. Yeah, 3 stops.
So we have a lot of battles going on. We have Tunari with Gamer, Haskos with Ice, and Matt, and then the chaos because Futuristic is 13 seconds behind.
got Heat's car abandoned on track in the middle there. It is ghosted, so hopefully it won't cause any problems. But no safety car at the moment. But yellow flag.
He retired in the pit lane. I saw it.
Yeah, he certainly did. But sometimes the game bugged, as always, lets them come out every now and again for no apparent reason. But yeah, that's Heat race over. Third DNF of the day. First was Vietja, who caused the safety car. Second was Tipsy Bob, who did not. And yeah, then so far in the wet conditions, it's been relatively safe. More DNFs in the dry on track than there was in the wet, strangely enough.
Because everybody in the wet conditions is more careful.
Yeah.
That's why.
Not pushing the limits of the car, essentially, yeah, basically. But
Haskos is using every bit of ERS he can find in order to stay away from ice.
AR Gamer and Tonari still sitting pretty on 70-odd% each. It's a battle of wills over who's going to use the DRS between those two. AR Gamer knows he can't use his because he'll just Tonari will be able to stick with him to make the move in the last laps when he's run out. But content to kind of hold this formation for the time being. There's a car driver on the inside there, just getting out of the way. Blue flagged, I imagine, is that Alfa Romeo driver of Eagle Ghost. And yeah, Haskos, yeah, finding it difficult to keep up with these two guys in front of him. Just not on a par pace-wise with them in the wet, as he struggles to maintain that gap, and will come under increasing scrutiny from Ice Vlad Red. Matt also will want to get through as well, and this could get spicy if he tries to get through in a closing door under the same in the same move as Ice Vlad.
I think Matt is gonna make a move on ice.
It's definitely no time to be messing around anymore. We're down to the last 10 laps or so, and it is sprint mode time. It is time to get the moves done now, sooner rather than later, and get them out of the way. You don't want to wait too long, because your opportunity might just disappear if you make a mistake or two. Tonari, a 10th gap to AR Gamer, who's looking solid at the moment for the win, but we have seen a couple of slips and wobbles from him already in the wet conditions. And the wet weather isn't letting up at all. I wonder whether or not it might be a moment to go to full wets at any stage. I doubt any of these guys are going to give up track position at this stage, though, so they'll probably try and get these intermediates till the end. Take these intermediates till the end and worry about the wet conditions later.
It's not full wet race yet.
Marcus Rashford has managed to go for a dive there on Futuristic, and side by side they are now going through into Hugenholtz. This is dangerous, very, very dangerous, and it looks like, yeah, Futuristic wisely backed out. Maybe Samim kind of just plonked his balls on the table there and said, oh, how'd you like them apples? And I'm going through whether you like it or not, forcing Futuristic to back off in the end. Futuristic knowing exactly how dangerous it is to go around there, and he was in the most dangerous spot as well. He was the one that was going to get turned in on and spun around after in that tight corner Gerlach spot as you come into Hugenholtz. It's not the place to go side by side for sure. Marcus Rashford though already on his way, looking to create a gap already, so definitely the quicker man in these conditions, but 14 seconds to make up after his poor race so far, after pitting 3 times I believe he has, along with Wesley and Lepson. He's on a good comeback drive, but he's got too much to make up there, I believe, before he gains any more positions. But he's got to make sure that he comfortably deals with Futuristic and keeps him well behind.
Ice has the top speed, but he can't stay close enough to overtake. Out of the exit of the final sector, he's too far away for overtake.
This is Haskos trying desperately to keep hanging on to his podium here, and he's doing a decent job of it so far. But Ice is holding on to ERS, looking for that perfect moment to get the overtake done as well. And Haskos is having to use his just to hold on to the position, and currently on 16%. So maybe that battle of ERS is going to bite him in the bum. As we mentioned earlier, he's run through his rather rapidly throughout this race. Not really been holding on to much of it. He's up to 22% here, but again using more in order to create the gap, keep the gap steady, as it should say. But currently it's working, and that's much to the frustration of Matt, who is making his job harder to get the job done on ice flat as well. Not being able to get the move done. Tenari though, unable to hold pace with AR Gamer at the moment. AR Gamer on 90% ERS is in full control of this race as it stands.
This is the experience a gamer has when being in the first place most of the time. He knows how to handle the car, he knows how to handle the ERS.
In these kind of conditions, it's all just about being consistently smooth and knowing the limits of the car and adjusting to the changing conditions as well. The car definitely gets wetter. Track definitely gets wetter as rain comes along, and it gets harder and harder to drive on it. You have to consistently adjust each lap to those conditions. Currently, Tenari very close behind, keeping him honest at this stage. We've got a yellow flag in sector 2 and 3, and it looks like it is an Alpha
Silver.
Tauri. It is silver, and he is DNF'd altogether. It is a full course safety car, and that is very intriguing. The safety car coming out now, kind
Would you
of gonna
pit?
bunch everybody else up. I would not pit. I would not pit in a million years. I would definitely stay out. But it remains to be seen what these guys are going to do. AR Gamer is going to get the chance to decide what he's going to do. He won't pit for sure. He won't want to risk giving up the win at this late stage. He's looking like he's going to, and just dummies it and carries on in the end. Tenari doesn't fall for it. Neither does Haskos. Neither does Lad Red. Matt does go.
Matt goes on the pit. Matt goes on the pit.
It looks like he might be able to get out before Rashford comes around, though, but I doubt it as well. So he's already moving again, though. It's a quick splash and go. Is it?
Rashford goes in.
Rashford goes in as well. So a few guys at the back looking to pit, maybe thinking they've got nothing to lose, but maybe they had something to gain there, those two guys. Maybe could have taken the position from Matt, but Matt will come out with fresh boots. And Wesley, is he going to pit as well? He's going to go for the full wets. He's futuristic as well. So that is an interesting decision from him.
Futuristic is a big gamble.
Yeah, everybody else has gone for the intermediates. Just a fresh set of tyres for them. As everybody down the grid looking to pit as they go in. It's just the front four are staying out. Nobody at the back looking to stay out either. Don't gain much if you stay out under these conditions, because the yellow flag under the safety car and the delta that you've got to adhere to, you stay out and you're losing time hand over fist. And you're obviously pitting is a free pit stop. But, number of drivers at the front obviously not wanting to give up their track position, because the other guys will just stay out anyway. If the AR Gamer goes in, Tenari stays out, kind of thing. So.
Now everything changes.
Well, it's still the same position for the front two, but
Yes, but everybody has a fully
safety
RS.
car. It's going to be a long safety car. We've got drivers spread out all over the place with all the pit stops, but these intermediate tyres as well. Look there, like the rain is really coming down heavy either. Maybe not heavy enough to warrant full wets anyway, but Eagle goes into the pits. He's currently been lapped anyway, so it's pretty much race over for him. Can't really gain positions at this stage. But yeah, AR Gamer, he's been in this position before. He knows how to get the restart done, and he will certainly be thinking to himself that he's in the best position here rather than Tenari. He needs to win this though, and he really needs Tenari to crash and burn at this stage.
I think we are gonna have a safety car in this lap.
Oh, I highly doubt that. The field is still very much spread out. It can go 4
yes,
laps.
but we have 6 rounds left. That's why.
Yeah, but it comes in with a minimum of 3 left. It's only that's the cut-off limit. There's got to be at least 3 laps remaining for it to do that. To come in that for that reason. But I've seen stranger things for sure with the safety car in this game. I've seen it disappear in its entirety in the middle of the lap. So you know, who knows what might happen? But I get the feeling there's going to be at least one more. But yeah, Matt, in the end, he's going to have fresh boots for these last 6 laps. He might be extremely quick on those fresh boots, and maybe can get himself into a podium position. these guys in the front may be struggling with the tyre wear on those boots. Anybody that checked knows their tyre wear situation, please let us know so we can get a feel for that. But, yeah, looks like one more lap. As I predicted. Yeah, Babalas. I win that one.
Okay, I will buy you a beer.
Papa Dimitriou has managed to gain quite a few positions there as well by staying out. It's an interesting call for him. He's back in the point playing positions. And everybody has managed to serve their penalties as well. So, interesting choice for a number of people to come in there and get that 5-second penalty out of the way. Let's mix the order up a little bit. Gurla is still on course for a point. He's done very well this season after his return.
I think the rain is picking up.
It does look a bit heavier now, doesn't it? Like, it's starting to come down a bit more interestingly. That could mean futuristic. Could be in a very good position. But he's got a lot of cars in front of him to go for the win. But if his tyres are that much better grip-wise than everybody else's, you can take advantage of those big mistakes. There's AR Gamer getting a bit weaselly on the back end there as he tries to get some temp into these tyres behind this safety car. That's going to be the real difficulty for the intermediate runners. If it is a full wet condition, it's the temperature of the temp window of the tyres drops out, and that becomes like driving on ice essentially very quickly. And you have to either hope that you can get temp in to the tyres, or hope that the cars running through will push some of that standing water aside, make a drier line. But we are going to have safety car in this lap, and AR Gamer is going to back it up late by the looks of things. And yeah, not leaving a lot of space at all.
He's going very fast.
Certainly is, 60-70 miles an hour at the moment, and not giving the safety car a lot of time to come in. Kind of telegraphs when he's going to go a little bit, that does. Maybe gives people in the background as well a problem with the throttle going. But he's gone now. We are green flag conditions. It looks like we've got the jump well enough on Tonari. Tonari looks to the inside, but doesn't make a stick and ends up out-braking himself, moving in the braking zone and getting a bit out of shape. Matt has dropped positions here at the start. It looks like there's a bit of argy-bargy going on in the background there. A lap car involved. Ghosted in between there is Eagle Ghost as Wesley all over the back of Philly, but Futuristic getting up and gaining position and looking very racy already on these full wet tyres. Looks like he has made the right decision here and is looking very closely at the back of Haskos. Haskos losing out to Marcus Rashford at the restart, and Icelad as well loses his podium position for the time being. Marcus Rashford on those fresh intermediates also looking racy, goes to the inside here on the Red Bull man and gets the position, and a brave and aggressive move there from Samim. Getting his position, getting his car up onto a podium. What a recovery drive from him as Icelad is also getting past the 3 wide here in the background. Is looks like Futuristic looks to back out of that one. He doesn't want any of that. But Haskos and Icelad going side by side. Haskos gets pushed off track into the gravel, but they survive. And Haskos then spins it and ends up in the wall, loses his front wing, and he won't be pleased with that. That was a bit of contact, bit of argy-bargy, but it looked like hard racing. Full course safety car for that smash with Haskos, and then he comes back on the track in maybe a little bit of an unsafe manner, but the safety car was already called, so maybe he had the right to do so. But that gives us poor end of this race, really. It's going to finish, it's going to be a short safety car, this, and I wonder, some of these guys at the front, not pitting either. Marcus Rashford, Samim is in a great position here to win this race. Tonari and AR Gamer, though, are going to be tough nuts to crack. Quick and experienced, and but the rainy conditions, are these guys going to pit? And if they did so, it's going to be very late.
Wet.
I wonder as well, safety car might be in this lap regardless as well, so all these guys pitting are going to have a long time to catch up, and may not be able to catch up before we go back to green flag. Could have made a big mistake pitting in these conditions. Maybe they had to, but I think it might be a situation where it is in this lap, because it has to be in within 3 laps of the finish. Has to finish under racing conditions in the game, which we had many arguments about in 2021, did we not? be interesting to see what happens here. To come down into Hans Ernst, where it will eventually tell us whether or not it's going to be in or not. Maybe one more lap is a possibility. I don't think so though. I think it will come in this lap. It's going to be a very late call if it is.
I don't think it's going to be a late call, but who knows? It's EA.
Nope, looks like one more lap of racing. Well, safety car racing is going to happen here, which means we're going to have the 2 laps full racing under racing conditions, and guys look to dummy the pit entry, but stay out in the end anyway. Fox pits and loses out on points by the looks of things, as does Larson as well. Both pitting far too late. I think you probably have to stay out. We're going for the full wets though, so maybe hoping that those tyres will be much quicker over the last 2 laps. I mean, you have to gain a lot of time in order to make up for the pit stop. Gurla.
Yeah, he's gonna have a lot of work to do.
Certainly will. Haskos, he's very disappointed with his performance today after that scintillating run in first place. Has had to come in and change his front wing and is currently sitting at P11. Won't get even a single point as it stands at the moment, but maybe he can put that right in the 2-lap sprint till the end. But in these rainy conditions, it's going to be difficult to get that done. It's almost certainly going to be 100% safety car in this lap.
It's full wet conditions right now.
Certainly is, yeah. I think the full wet tyres are going to be the fastest on track.
Haskos should have full wets. You see the patterns on the track. Safety car in. And
yep.
We're gonna see if Gamer will increase the gap in the first couple of rounds from Tunari.
So, I think it's pretty straightforward to do that with a restart here at Zandvoort, because you can go so late down the straight. It's pretty easy to defend because the toe is just not that powerful here down into Tarzan. So it's very easy to catch the driver behind unawares. Driver behind, I'm not sure what he can do. He's got to try and predict it really, and maybe possibility that these guys could get a little bit of wheel spin. Look at the puddles on the track. It's definitely full wet conditions. Let's look at Tenari and AR Gamer trying to warm the tyres up and getting very sideways and out of control there. Is Tenari, almost ended up in the barrier, as AR Gamer as well, looking to try and get any kind of temp into those tyres as he can. Going very late here for the restart is AR Gamer, but God he has in very slippy conditions, and Tenari behind also struggling to get the traction down. Futuristic is looking to make a move already. As looking at that, the people getting swamped. 3 wide, 2 wide. It's all happening. AR Gamer is just thankful that it's not happening to him. As Marcus Rashford looking at the inside of Tenari, trying to do his teammate a favour or two. Is looking at the inside of Tenari, looking at the outside on Hugenholtz, and Matt up the inside already. Looking very racy on Vlad Red, side by side. They go through up into Skylark. This is getting very tense, and looks like he's giving it up for the moment. And Futuristic looking to take advantage of any hesitancy in front of him, as they get very oh, look how slow they are in comparison to what Futuristic can do. He wants to get past, but he can't, and now he goes for the inside here. And will he be able to force his way through on Matt? He does look like he has been able to do so. Those wet tyres, definitely the tyre to be on in this situation, but nobody wanted to give up the track position as there's a car behind in the background, 2 cars in the background going off. It is Gurla who's gone sideways, and looks like Haskos again, maybe he has gone sideways once more. Not sure what happened there. Maybe have to find out in the aftermath. But Funari and is around as well, and he's losing positions left and right. Marcus Rashford left the session, has Gurla, but it's going to be a 1-2 here. Futuristic though gets back up into P2. What a drive from him. Last 2 laps here, a lot is happening here. Lepton has retired on track as well. There will be no safety car for that, as he loses out entirely. And Wesley up to P6 with the fresh intermediates, but Futuristic P2 here. Is he going to be able to get the win last lap? As look at how sideways AR Gamer is getting, and it looks like Futuristic is just going to waltz past him. Yes, he does. Goes into the lead. 5-second penalty for Matt as he goes into the pits and retires. Race over for him, which could mean great news in the championship for those above him. And Joel retires on track in the pits as well. What kind of action are we getting here at the finale here, last lap as we go through Skylark? Futuristic is going to win. He's going to get his first SLR win. And he's done it in what style? AR Gamer is going to be extremely pleased because he gets P2 anyway. He's got his teammate up his bum at the moment. He needs to work together though, because he needs as many points as he can get in the fight with Tonari, who's currently now in P4. He's already done the biggest favour by keeping him, overtaking him himself, Samim there. But Tonari is struggling on these tyres. Fox and Larson could also get Tonari. Tonari could be about to lose more positions here as Larson all over the back of him. Maybe going to get him at the death into the final 3 sectors we go as Futuristic is coming down the final corner to win. Larson is no side by side. Look at the traction difference. What you say? Look at that. He gets it. He gets the inside corner. Tonari's not going to fight it too hard. Gets very sideways again as he tries to get the traction down. Wet weather tyres, the best as Futuristic wins his first SLR race. AR Gamer comes home P2 and very close. Only 700 separating him and his teammate. Podium lockout there for Aston Martin, and that's great news for him as well as Fox gets Tonari on the line as well. AR Gamer takes a big chunk out of Tonari in the championship then, as late drama here at Zandvoort causes absolute mayhem, and only 11 drivers finished in the end, and Papa Dimitriou manages to get a point out of that. Not bad race in the end at all. Whew. What entertainment. My goodness. Good grief, Larson gets drive of the day. I've got to give it a Futuristic though. He comes back to win it from 7th place or something like that at the restart of that 2-lap sprint that we had at the end, and did a fantastic job. Made his tyres count when he needed to. What about you? Who do you go for driver of the day? Do you disagree? You agree?
Futuristic.
Yeah, it's got to be, doesn't it? First win in SLR. He said he would sing in the chat as well if he won his race. So looking forward to some karaoke from Futuristic here this evening. Get ready for that as we go through the order. Futuristic wins in Zandvoort then. Fantastic win for him. Airgame becomes P2 and Marcus Rashford Samim, otherwise known as, rounds out the podium. Larson with a great absolute fantastic drive, gets P4 in the end after starting on P18 on the grid. Gets everything right today. Fox in P5, Tonari in P6. Didn't go well for him in the end. He was the big loser at the end in that thing. Fox managed to get a great recovery drive to come back to P5 after he had a horrid session. Wesley P8, Gerla P9, Papa Dimitriou finishes off in P10, and then everybody else DNF'd, believe it or not. But there is your grid, and that is it for the standings. Let's move on to the interviews then, and see who we can get in. So interviews here. We go. Who is available? Futuristic. There he is. So race winner, your first race win in SLR. I am so pleased that it's me that's going to be interviewing you. Is for that as well. Not, but let's get it out of the way. Let's get the sing song.
Du gamla, du fria, du fjällhöga nord. Du tysta, du glädjerika sköna. Yeah.
Well done. Absolutely bossed the strategy call in the end. Went for the wets. Recognised the track was too wet. Big puddles everywhere. And it paid off. Talk us through that finale there, because that was epic stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the first, 25 laps was kind of boring for me, so those last 10 laps was mega fun, especially when I pitted for the wets and it came out of the pits. Jeff told me it was getting heavier, so I was like, okay. And the next lap, he told me it was getting lighter, and I was like, oh, what is it with me and bad luck with the strategy? But I guess it is what it is, and I try to do the best out of the situation. And and we had the back-to-back safety cars, and yeah, on the on the last restart it was just pouring down, and nobody in the inters was able to even have tractions out of the corner, and
Yeah,
I just
they seem to
have
be
the
sliding
patience.
around a lot, those on the Inters. And you made short work of AR Gamer as well after a big error from him in turn 1 on the exit. Just trying to put his foot down too early. But that must have been like giving a big chocolate cake to a kid, isn't it? Like your eyes must have lit up.
Yeah, I mean, I knew that I had one lap. I had passed like 3 or 4 guys on the safety car restart lap, and I just needed to be patient. But the door opened for me a lot sooner than I thought it would be, so I just took it, and then I took it really cautious for the rest of the part, because it was a bit hard even on the full wets with the fucking thunderstorm. Oh, sorry
Yeah,
for the
I mean,
language.
it was very rainy conditions indeed. I mean, we were told at the beginning of the race by crew chiefs in chat that it was going to be raining a little bit at the end, and it turned out to be started raining at lap 14 of 36, and you got the strategy spot on. But we shall love you and leave you. We've got AR Butler in chat ready to interview for the next one. But I believe that is your very first win in SLR, is it not?
In F1 it is. I have a F2 feature win from
Nobody
Saudi
cares
Arabia.
about F2. Nobody cares about F2. Just put that out there, right? But that's your first win in F1, so congratulations. You've done. You've beat me to it, and I wish you all the best in the future endeavors. Hope you win another one in the soon future. But sometimes the stars align, and you get one right, and that's happened today. And you've got it on full merit. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Take care. So, moving on then, AR Butler. AR Butler. It did not go well for you today, but in terms of the championship, you can't be dissatisfied with the results, considering your main rival, Tenari, has ended up in P6, and you maximised your points still in P2. Could have gone a lot worse were he right behind you, but you've got your teammates, Samim, to thank, I'm sure, for putting a send on Tenari. I've no doubt. But yeah, how do you feel after that race? Still in with a shout, still there at the championship.
Yeah, honestly, it was just unexpected. I could not really practice like the other weeks, like the last 2 races. I think I had midterms and projects, and like just university was like just so much, and I had not had to practice the same as my rivals. So yeah, I came in with I came in with maybe P4, P3 in mind at least, or at maximum. So yeah, when I saw the rain, I was honestly very scared, because Tonari is better driver in the rain, and I think Matt also. I just don't get confidence very fast early on in the rain races, so I tend to lose. I tend to lose. I tend to lose my positions in the rain, but today I don't know. I just pushed like not really mattered. Like just spinning every corner, like just wheel spin. I don't care. Like I just fighting for
I don't
the
know about
championship.
you, but they're accusing us, the commentators, for jinxing somebody.
What? Sorry, I can hear you.
They said, people say in the chat, if you're watching, that we jinxed somebody and lost the positions.
Who did you jinx? So
You know.
Tonari.
No, Haskell.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. Ascos Dice has that at a good race. I didn't expect him to be fighting this hard, but I think he hit in the back, and I don't know. I think he got wing damage maybe, and he lost a lot of pace. And then in the last restart, I think it was just a struggle for everyone. So yeah, I think shit happens sometimes, but he's improving a lot lately.
Did you think ever pitting to get the full wets?
No, honestly, like I didn't expect the pace difference to be like 5 seconds a lap. I saw my tires were like ice cold in the last safety car restart, but I think if I remember, like we had 2 safety car restarts back to back, so the field was not really that close to or the field was very close to each other, and Futuristic did like 2 safety cars earlier. So yeah, Futuristic had wits for like a longer time than I had even considered to switch to them. So
Yeah,
yeah, I
he
think
got the strategy spot on today. Like he timed the wet perfectly, and then it only just came to him more and more as the race went on. So
yeah, honestly, like
deserved
when I saw he switched to the wets, I asked my engineer, and he told me like inters were faster, and I said if race continues on, he will not come back.
So
But if we
what
get safety
Futuristic
cars, he
just said in
will.
his interview there was that he came in under that first safety car because Jeff had told him when he asked him just before he came in that the rain was getting heavier, and he went to wet, and then as soon as he came out, it then said actually it's getting lighter, so maybe it's not the best. So he thought he'd stuffed it as well. And that maybe inters were going to be the quicker one, but obviously the rain came back a bit heavier anyway. But that's the unpredictable nature of the weather. But you're going to be satisfied in terms of the championship that you've made a gain on Tenari to win the championship. There's only a couple of races left though, and it's Spa next.
2 races, yes.
So it's doable. You can definitely catch him, but he really needs to have like an absolute stinker in one of those races where he gets no points. So how confident are you of upsetting the apple cart here?
Honestly, since I let my mind off the drivers and focus on the constructors, I've been really calm, or calmer, not really calm. No, I'm lying. I was not calm. Any race, I was not calm at all. But I don't know. Like when I just focus on the constructors and like bag as many points as possible. And Tonari is fast in every race, but he's fast in Spa, and I'm slow in Spa. Matt is also fast in Spa, but I don't know. I think I hope for chaos to happen to get me the drivers, but I think me and Samim has been focusing on the constructors. And lately we've been gaining. We gained like a bit in the last 2 or 3 races.
You've definitely gained a lot today as well. Your rivals, Haas, who are currently leading the championship, didn't have one to remember today. Smelter didn't race, of course. Lamat DNF'd. And then Williams is pretty much the Tenari show, really, isn't it? So it's obviously he's gained good points here today, but you guys could now be leading the championship, no problem in that terms, and that's going to be good news for you.
Yeah, honestly, like I was behind the Williams. They were 1 and 2 leading, so I was very scared of finishing like that. But I went into AI mode. I just like 1 minute. I came back. I see Tonari is P5 if I remember, and Dice was leading. So I honestly thought I was decent, like most of the race. So yeah, I was, because I don't know how he how I think he spun maybe in the safety car, but yeah, I think we just got lucky. We didn't have lapis, either of us. Samim was he had I think a wet up, so he was just waiting, man. He was waiting for that enter for the wet, and when he got it, the safety car came in even.
Definitely got a few overtakes in there when those conditions came about, and he did quite well in the intermediate on the intermediates in the full wet conditions as well. So decent recovery from him to get back on the podium. You must be pleased for your team.
Honestly, like same. This race has been phenomenal. I think he even could have gotten P2, but he gave it to me, so I'm very thankful. But yeah, I think he had like an 18 seconds gap trying to go to the field. And when the safety car came in, it was very glorious for him to be able to close the gap and be on the faster setup compared to the others. But yeah, I'm very thankful to Samim. He even we crossed the line side by side, like on the line.
Yeah, we saw. We got it pretty much only 700 or something between you.
Yeah.
And yeah, you probably could have got you, but it's Mark, I'm a good teammate that. What's better for the other person as well when it's not on for you. So maybe Max Verstappen could learn a thing or two about that. Brazil. But yeah, let's leave it there and let you enjoy the rest of your evening and a decent podium and let you go count the gains on Tenari in the championship. Have a good one.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you guys for commentating. See you guys.
Bye.
So there we have it. Another exciting race. It seems to come to life at the death, and you seem to it seems to be the combination of me and you, Babalas, keeps bringing late rain and late drama to races. But we shall love everybody and leave everybody there. It's been an absolutely fantastic race once more, and we'll be back tomorrow for Tier 1 at the same track.
So, if you liked what you saw or what you heard, leave a like, subscribe, and press the notifications to know when we are live again.